Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95 this Savior, and hey guys, I swear I keep trying not to do stuff like this, but I have to. So I just want to tell you guys something that just happened recently. I'm probably gonna try to make this video less than 30 minutes if I can. But I had two people try to argue with me and give me their anecdotal experiences and even lie and pretend to be Japanese or use the "I've been in Japan for so long" type of excuse, not knowing how long I've been here. It's like, dude, I've been here for about the same amount of time as you. I really hate that people can't accept that they're wrong about something or acknowledge that something is true, whether it be good or bad. Like, they just want to be right. And so I uploaded the video where I'll show the full video later on, but I'm gonna upload this one first. I celebrated my husband's birthday. You can see the decorations around. I decorated his house. I honestly paid for most of this, but I did get $100 from you guys that did help me out with buying more gifts, more balloons. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I literally had two people. Technically three. I had a weird one that just said too funny. I don't know what's funny about the video, but okay, whatever. I had two people try to argue with me about how people do celebrate birthdays here in Japan. And I'm like, no, they don't. I've been in Japan for almost 10 years, just like how you've been here for 10. And my husband has been born and raised in Japan and is Japanese, has been Japanese for 30 plus years, 31 to be exact. I'm surrounded by his family. I'm surrounded by his friends. I've worked in Japan. I went to school in Japan. I've taught Japanese people, both adults and children. I can guarantee that people do not celebrate birthdays here. And the internet can help you out with that too. In fact, if you live here, you would know how hard it is to find birthday stuff here. Generally speaking, only party stores or craft stores or whatever even have a little mini birthday section. I do mean mini. There's not a lot to choose from. Generally speaking, if you're not a young child, meaning first grade and under, you don't really do much of anything for your birthday, if anything at all. It's also not unusual or expected for your friends, family members, etc. to remember your birthday. You're not going to receive a phone call, text message, gifts, etc. It's rare. Some people's parents still do it, but for the most part, they don't, and it's not unusual for them to not do it. In the US, if your family doesn't, it's pretty sad, but in Japan, it's not. It's kind of expected. Nobody's going to be like, your mother didn't tell you happy birthday? It'll just be like, oh, I forgot my birthday was a week ago. It's more like that type of environment or feel. I hate that people can't just acknowledge, oh, I didn't know that. And instead it becomes, well, you're wrong. And so, of course, I'll give this one guy props. He tried to, soften it by saying, oh, it's amazing that you did that. But people definitely do celebrate birthdays. Maybe just not as far as you did. It's I honestly didn't do that much. I did a lot with decorating, I guess you could say. But it's even this is somewhat standard if you're going to celebrate your birthday, so to speak. So what are you talking about? They don't do this. I promise you they don't. Even gifts, even small gifts. People don't get stuff for their birthday in Japan. I swear to God, I'm not making this stuff up. I literally have tons of videos complaining about Japan, talking about bad things in Japan, but I tell the truth. I don't say bad things to make Japan look bad. I talk about real issues that exist here. When I say good things about Japan or show you something sad or whatever, it's because I want to tell you the truth. Not because I want to get a video for clicks or views or make you feel bad about something or angry towards Japanese people. I'm simply speaking the truth. I even told my husband what people were saying, and he even laughed at it. And you want to know how I know that this one person that was pretending to be Japanese wasn't Japanese? Not only are they talking to me in English, they're using a fake account. They have a picture of Donkey from Shrek as their profile picture. I'm never going to bother giving their name. And then on top of that, they had almost no followers, 2 followers. The account is private. It's yeah, you're clearly here just to troll, just to be an a-hole. And on top of that, what Japanese person, cultural difference, is going to sit online and argue with somebody about this? Even if I were to be wrong, they're not going to sit there and argue with me. They would be appreciative of the fact that people, sympathize for a fellow Japanese person and are happy to see them happy. They're not going to try to argue with you and tell you how you're wrong and people do celebrate birthdays and then give an anecdotal experience about how you went to 3 parties just this month, which first of all I believe that's a complete BS lie. And I wanted to say, if you went to 3 birthday parties, how old were these people? 3 years old? Because I promise you did not know 3 adults having a birthday party within the same month. It's extremely rare. And also, let me add, sure, if you're having a birthday party, people will give you a gift and tell you happy birthday. But in the US where I'm from, and I imagine Europe is the same, you don't need to have a birthday party for people to tell you happy birthday or people to send you a gift. That would imply a cultural difference. Of course, if you choose to do something differently, then yeah, fine, people will also behave differently. You're having a party, I'm not going to show up empty-handed to your party. That would be rude in Japan too. So of course you're going to get a gift in that sense. My ex-fiance, his mother called on his birthday. But does that one-off experience or example change the fact that birthdays are not really celebrated here, even by your family members and close friends? My husband is extremely popular. He knows a lot of people. He's a part of a baseball group. He has a sauna friends group. He has a group from his elementary school. He has a group from med school. Like, he literally has a group for everything. Literally, I think one of his friends told him happy birthday. It wasn't even his best friend. His best friend literally hung out with him the day before to go to the sauna and didn't even know it was his birthday the next day. Like, it doesn't cross these people's mind. Okay? So, and then, like, even my husband, he didn't tell his sister happy birthday. She had a birthday, just a couple months ago. So, like, yeah, people take everything personally and get so offended. And it's like, even when you say good things about Japan, I'll address this in another video, or maybe I'll just keep it here. But I had somebody even imply that basically me being black and me being a foreigner and me not understanding Japanese people is why I think I'm experiencing or seeing racism. Sir, I've been here for 10 years respectfully, and I'm married to a Japanese person. And also, unlike most people, I don't just give anecdotal experiences or advice. I do my research. I read, I study, I observe, I ask other people their experiences, and I look around myself. I can assure you that racism does exist in Japan. And it's also very different from what you probably are used to experiencing in your home country. And sorry, let me also say this to you, for any weeboos or Japan apologists out there, xenophobic is literally a synonym for racist and prejudice. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's like saying, I didn't say, Japan's not pretty, it's cute. They're literally synonyms, pretty and cute. You can choose to give them your own, standards. So, well, pretty means not as cute, and cute is closer to beautiful. You can give your own little rules for that and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. The dictionary says this is what it means. So, of course, fine, if you were to ask me, I would say beautiful is at a higher standard than cute. But that's all a whole other story. You get what I'm trying to say? People will literally start arguing with you about anything. And it's like, just say that you don't know, say that you're wrong, and please, for the love of God, my husband is born and raised in Japan, Japanese speaker at a native level, and he has English fluency. He's at least conversational in English. And with that said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to trust not only his experience and his examples, but my own from all the people that I've dated and have been friends with and I've worked with here in Japan over yours. Not to mention, being in Japan for 10 years doesn't mean anything. I know people that have been in Japan for 10 years that can't even read hiragana katakana. Trying to use your appeal to authority by saying, well, I've been here for X amount of years, so I know what I'm talking about, is bullshit. Now, it sounds hypocritical, contradictory, because I just kind of said how long I've been here too, but hear me out. I can acknowledge the fact that while I was here, I did more than stay within a Gaijin bubble, hang out with people that celebrate their birthdays, internationalize people, people that speak English, etc. Your environment is going to be different as a foreigner from a regular Japanese person unless you choose to fight that. And what I mean by that is, as a foreigner here in Japan, you're going to attract people that are interested in foreign countries. Internationalized Japanese people, people that want to study English, people that want to have sex with foreigners, that want to be friends with foreigners, etc. You will get an interesting crowd and group of people around you. That is not necessarily representative of what most Japanese people think and or feel. For example, if you are Chinese in Japan, you probably don't experience half as much racism as I see towards Chinese people. You want to know why? Because you are Chinese. And most Japanese people are not going to directly, bluntly tell you what they really think about you and or your country. Okay, likewise, I'm a black foreigner. If I go based off of the people that I've dated, I've been friends with, the married couples that I see here, I could say Japanese people love black people. Racism doesn't exist. I see B-boys wanna be black Japanese people all the time. I see J niggas everywhere. So does that mean that racism doesn't exist here because of my personal experience? Because I've dated and I've had sex with so many people and X, Y, Z? I'm just keeping it real with you. Not sugarcoating, not blunting. I don't feel shame about nothing. I'm a married ass woman. I'm worried about y'all. So yeah, like if I look at it that way, then fine. Yeah, sure, my anecdotal experience, I can cancel out everything. I gave this example before too. See, this helps you guys understand a lot better. My niece and nephews are half white. They have blonde hair, blue eyes. My sister is a black woman with 4-type hair. Does that mean racism doesn't exist because I know somebody that married a white man and has biracial children? I have people that watch my YouTube content that are half Japanese, half black. Does that mean that there's no racism in Japan? Because look at Rui Hachimura, whatever the fuck, Hachimura, well, I don't forget these people's names, Naomi Osaka. Racism doesn't exist because these people exist now? Look, the Kardashians are married to black people. Look, Black Panther, racism doesn't exist. America loves blacks. Japan loves blacks. They listen to hip-hop music. Y'all are so confused. I recognize that because I am a black person, while I can agree that even aside from me being black, I do believe that racism is over exaggerated, especially when it comes to, black people here in Japan, than what it really is. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It does exist. Most people aren't bothered by the fact that I'm black. It's more so a matter of you being a foreigner. They're fascinated, interested with the fact, a black person. And they might even find it funny. Oh, you look dirty, your skin is too dark, whatever. I've heard it all. I don't have to pretend like bad people and bad things don't exist because I've had a good experience or something hasn't happened to me before. Likewise, yes, your Japanese friends and, family even might speak English, but does that mean that most Japanese people speak English fluently? No. Your friends might celebrate birthdays, but do you ever consider why? How old are these people? What experience do they have with foreigners? Oh, they've lived abroad. Oh, it's a birthday party. Well, then, yeah, that changes everything. But how many of these people's friends and family members would have remembered their birthday, sent them a gift, called them, texted them, etc., without lying, without a birthday party? Because even with lying, it's not unusual. Nobody feels sorry for you, and taking off your birthday isn't really much of a thing here either. There's just so much that can be said about this, but I just hate it so much. Like, people literally fight and argue with you about anything. And so even after I explained this, I tried to say it nicely, they just doubled down on it. Oh, well, yeah, but like I said, I've been here for 10 plus years, and people do celebrate birthdays in Japan. Maybe just not quite exactly how you did it, but it's amazing though. And it's like, you just say that you're wrong. You're wrong. They don't celebrate birthdays here. I'm sorry to break it to you. You can for anything you can think of, there's always going to be an exception to the rule. Black people have brown eyes. Do you know how many black people I've seen that have green eyes, hazel eyes? Well, really, hazel's another variation of brown. It's a brown-green color. But you get what I'm trying to say. You know how many black people have blue eyes? Do you know how many black people have blonde hair, red hair? Does that mean that most black people don't have black hair now because you can name 5 people with red hair and 10 people with blonde hair? Come on, don't be playing dumb with me. Likewise, we can say most black women have full lips, a large flat nose, a Nubian nose as they call it, large breasts, a big butt, a curvaceous body, dark skin. And when I say dark, I mean dark period, including my complexion. Okay, does that mean that light-skinned people don't exist? Really light-skinned, talking about the high yellow type and people that could pass for being white, like Logic or something. Does that mean these people don't exist? No. There's always to be somebody else, but that's not true. My family, we're all blondes. Okay, good for you. 2 claps for you, ho. Good for you, sweetheart. But let's keep it real. How many black people have blonde hair? How many black people have skin that's so pale they look like they're Latina? I'm talking about Afro-Latina. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not being politically correct here. Or they could even pass for being white. Don't play dumb with me. Yes, we get it. I worked at international school. If I want to give anecdotal advice or experience, then yeah, sure. By that standard, everyone celebrates birthdays. I literally had a student's parent in my kindergarten class question if I remembered their child's birthday because they were worried because another class had their birthday celebration on a certain day and I didn't do mine yet. And I was like, I have it planned for the end of the month. I didn't forget. By that standard, birthdays do matter. But can I give some more, not experience, some more details about that? 1, she was the exception, not the rule. 2, she actually had experience working for the U.S. military in the U.S., but she was a Japanese person. 3, she spoke English at a native fluent level. 4, this was her first and eldest child. 5, she had money, and so did her husband. And with that said and done, well, yeah, of course, you're working at an international school, taking care of a rich person's child. It's their first child. She had another child underneath him, I'd also add. But I'm thinking, of course, yeah, this is going to be the exception, not the rule. We're working at an international school. Of course, we're going to see parties and birthdays celebrated more. You're an English speaker. You're a foreigner. Of course, you're going to see birthdays and parties and stuff celebrated more. Not to mention, I gave examples inside my comment. I was like, yes, social media influencers, women that are single, especially younger girls, they definitely do stuff for their birthday. But even then, you're not going to see all of this. At best, it's really popular in Japan, people to buy birthday balloons that say happy birthday, and it might even spell out the person's name and then has their age. That's normally the extent of decoration. Normally, people don't have a whole party. They don't get several gifts. And normally the gifts you do see is all made for Instagram. They'll have all these, store bags showing that they had a Louis Vuitton bag, Chanel bag, etc. And there'll be shit inside there but a little itty bitty lipstick or some crap like that they asked their boyfriend to buy for them, or they saved up all year to buy. And that's fine. I ain't trying to knock you. I'm just explaining this is for social media. It's not real life. Likewise, wait until you find out people don't really celebrate Christmas here either. Yes, working at an international school, almost all of my students did, except for the ones that were Islamic. But anybody that was born and raised in Japan can tell you people do not celebrate Christmas here. Yes, you can find that one-off example of somebody that did. But generally speaking, Japanese people do not decorate the house with Christmas decor. They do not buy a Christmas tree. They do not put Christmas lights outside of their house. They do not sing Christmas carols. They do not eat Christmas dinner. And when they do, guess what they do? For Christmas Eve, some of them, typically a family, they'll buy some KFC or some chicken from Eon or some crap like that. These people are the exception and not the rule, and that is not a traditional, normal way of celebrating Christmas. It's not really celebrating Christmas. Y'all know what the fuck I mean. Don't play games with me. Somebody getting a little knick-knack or going to a restaurant having their name written happy birthday on chocolate on a fucking plate is not celebrating your birthday. Don't play dumb with me. Not to mention, like I said, you can be in Japan for a long time and not speak Japanese. You can be in Japan for a long time and not understand culture. I literally have watched videos of people that have been here for now 15, 20 plus years, and they will swear to God, sorry, white people, that it's okay to show leg, it's okay to wear this, that, and the other, because you're a foreigner, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I guarantee you, if you walk out here and you're not blind, and you are wearing a booty dress, where your ass hanging out, y'all got little mini skater dresses and crap like that, and little mini skirts, men will look at you, they will harass you, people will take pictures of you, and they will call you slutty, and so, those Americans, whatever, behind your back and to your face. It is not okay to show leg here. But this is a good example of information you give people that have been here for 10 plus years, and they know everything. You don't know everything. You're wrong. And sorry, even for your family. I did another video. I don't know if this video will be posted before or after that one, where there was a white woman, American white woman, and she was married too, and she was convincing everybody that it's okay to wear spaghetti straps and short shorts, even to temples and shrines, because her father-in-law is very traditional. He's so traditional Japanese, he doesn't even eat bread. And she was arguing in the comments, I didn't even bother to reply to it, with another Japanese woman, a born and raised 100% Japanese woman. She was arguing with her because the woman said, please don't take this person's advice. It's not okay to do. It's disrespectful. Please don't encourage people to dress inappropriately in Japan. Thank you. A Japanese woman spoke on behalf of Japan, so my black ass ain't gotta do it and gotta take the heat. And instead of this white woman saying, oh my god, I was wrong, yes, you're gonna take the advice that your scary ass father-in-law, who's too afraid to tell you the truth and probably thinks stereotypically, well, you're a fat, ugly white girl with, sorry, keeping it real, with tattoos all over your body. I guess you don't have any problem with, breaking the rules. You don't give a shit. I mean, it's literally a stereotype. Ugly American. We don't care to assimilate. We don't care to respect people's rules. We don't care to be Japanese. And let me also remind anybody, oh, well, you'll never be seen as Japanese. It's not a matter of being seen as Japanese. It's a matter of respecting their culture and country. And you want to know why you'll never be seen as Japanese? Because we have people like you that exist. You would not go to the Middle East and refuse to wear a hijab because they'll shoot your ass. So why do you come to Japan? So because there's no threat of violence and you being killed, that gives you permission to be disrespectful? Wear whatever you want to online. I dress like a hoe at home, but you would not see me outside wearing, my back out, my chest all out, etc. And the times when I have done it, because I do have some sexy dresses behind me and some little clothes piled right over here, I will never encourage you guys to dress like that because I know it's disrespectful, it's wrong, and to be honest, if your husband and father-in-law cared about you, they should correct you. If that's one of the signs to if your partner really gives a damn about you or not. Because you represent your man. And if you're walking outside looking like a hoe, it's embarrassing for a man that truly loves you. So I ain't gonna get into detail about your relationship with her. I don't care about this girl. I'm sorry for insulting her looks, but to say that. I was mad at people. I'm like, it just amazed me how, and I've seen black people do this too, but white people period. You want to argue with native Japanese people, F me, F my opinion about what's normal, what's okay, what's acceptable. You are not Japanese. And people will kiss Japan's ass, to the end of the world, but they draw the line at certain things. Wearing a mask, covering their tattoos, dressing modestly, and then, you know, even like other weird cases, like for example this, because I said that people don't celebrate birthdays here, you're jealous because my video, finally for once I got a video that, you know, performed a little bit good, that, I don't know, that made you feel some type of way. Just say something positive and keep it pushing. If you disagree with what I have to say, you ain't gotta leave a comment down below. In fact, I was gonna delete it, but I was like, no, I'm gonna waste my time respond back to it. And then I was like, you know, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna make a video responding to this. So I'm at 20 minutes now. So let me see if I can like read the comment to you guys, and then I'll end it here after that. After I say something else, of course, after that. But let me like actually read the comments that I got. Because that just like blew my mind. This dude was like trying to go back and forth with me after all of that. People be killing me. Like, just say that you're wrong. Or if you don't want something, just keep your mouth shut. You don't have to have an opinion. And that was how I knew this person's not Japanese. Because I'm sorry to, you know, be stereotypical here, but Japanese people culturally don't do that. They don't try to, you know, most people. There's always an exception to every rule. But traditional Japanese people aren't going to, you know, try to prove a point to you and double down on crap if they see that they're wrong. So, let me find it. Sorry guys, give me a second, gotta find this comment. But man, it just really irritates me so much. So TikTok limits how much you can say, but this is my response that I made after I got the first comment that said this. I said, most people in Japan don't have parents that call, send a gift or card for their birthday. It's mostly only for young children and international school. There's an exception to every rule, but no one here would think it's sad or unusual if you don't do anything or get anything for your birthday. Sounds pretty agreeable, right? And then in the actual like caption for my video right here, people, I literally said he's Japanese and his culture doesn't really, keyword, really celebrate birthdays. I will share the full video on YouTube later. And that triggered a few people because they couldn't just be happy for me, happy for him, or they were happy, but they had to throw in, oh, you're wrong. I know more about Japan than you do. You want a cookie for being wrong? Where was that comment? Let me try to find it. Maybe I can't. I got so many at this point, people. More than what I'm used to, I should say. Okay, here it is. So the first guy, he said, not like this, but they do celebrate birthdays. Beautiful posts. And here I go. I reply back. So again, instead of saying he's wrong, he's going to reply back to this too. I said, surprisingly, they really don't. It's rare. Only young kids, international schools, single women, or influencers. B-Day celebrations are very rare. I said thank you after that. Seems agreeable. Then instead, nope, this we have to give our anecdote advice. I lived in Hiroshima for probably a decade, so I assume they're not there anymore. I think small gift giving does indeed happen, but not like you did here. This is amazing. So see what I mean? It's like it's backhanded. You're agreeing, yeah, of course, you know, you're technically right. People don't go all out like how you did, but yeah, small gift giving, it doesn't, sir. It doesn't. I'm not even going to bother wasting my time. I just let him have the last word. I let it go. Then who was the other person? Now, at least that person had a public account. This other dude was trolling me and had like a private account and like had a picture of plankton or whatever. And I hate even giving this person my time. But like I said, you know, it's my channel. I have the right to reply to it if I want to. And like I said, I'm going to make a video about it, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to make money off of your ignorance, your stupidity. You want to argue with me? I'm not going to waste my time typing whole books inside my comment section to you anymore. I stopped doing that. Now I'll reply once or twice if I think that you're sincerely wrong about something and you're not even really trying to argue, just trying to like correct me. I'll reply back. But after that, a video is being made. I'm not going to waste my time anymore. I'll just block you from my shit. I didn't block these two people yet, might I also add. But let me see. Yeah, I can't find his comment. Did he delete it? Okay, whatever. I took a screenshot. So let me like show you guys that. The screenshot that I have. So where is this dude's comment? Okay. He said, saying we don't celebrate our birthdays, implying that he's Japanese. It's crazy. Bunch of laughing emojis. Then he says, everyone and their mothers does this. That whole sentence shows me that you're not Japanese based off of the English that you used. And on top of that, the having to say your private accounts, the laughing emojis, like the whole comment. It's hard to explain. I've lived there for a while. I can tell when I'm talking to a Japanese person versus a foreigner 9 times out of 10. Of course, because see, I'm willing to admit that I could be wrong. I might be wrong. This could be a Japanese person. But let me also remind you, being a Japanese person doesn't necessarily make you right about everything too. Go figure, which is why I said not just my husband, but everyone around me collectively. I noticed this is not a thing. Look at what stores have for sale. Even toy stores. It's hard to find birthday stuff, even on Amazon, which is where I got a lot of the stuff from. Expensive and difficult to find. Do you know I couldn't even find birthday plates or napkins or cups online? Everything available was going to take 1 or 2 weeks to ship. Was extremely overpriced. That's how rare birthday celebration stuff is. In fact, the only thing that I could find technically easily was happy birthday balloons. That was it. And just the letters. That's how difficult it was. The only places that really sell some birthday gear is like Daiso and like Loft. Stores that also happen to cater to international people and schools who do celebrate birthdays. Why is it so hard for people to understand? So, I don't have the order of everything right because I can't find it right now. But, what happened? Let me try to find this comment. So yeah, here it is. Here goes my replies back to this. So I said, yes, anecdotal experience from an English speaker. I see many people with tattoos and piercings. Is that normal in Japan too? And I gave a little clown face. Then he said, Japanese people can't speak English and they're all emotionalist robots. I forgot, which I didn't even say that. But yeah, let's keep it real. I'll be honest with you about that too. We can admit there's a cultural difference. People definitely are taught to reserve their emotions a lot more than the U.S. So yes, if you want to be blunt with it, they are emotionalist robots. And us as Americans, we're selfish, emotional robots, if you will. We don't give a shit about anybody. We dump our trauma and emotions on you, etc. And we're very strongly opinionated, which I can see in you right now. I wonder if you're American too. So it's like, I don't understand like how it's something argument worthy. And then like, see how they tried to change the subject and make it like turn into an insult towards Japanese people? Acknowledging that my husband isn't used to having something like this and isn't a very emotional person because he's Japanese is the truth. I don't have to lie and make it sound like it's something different, which I didn't even comment on that, might I also add, not really. So then I said, keyword being really, which is in my caption, that people don't really celebrate birthdays. I said gifts, parties, cake, and being told happy birthday in Japan as an adult is not expected or normal. Then he says, yes it is. LMFAO. What? I've been to like 3 B-Day parties this past month alone. Yeah, sure. How old were these people? 2 years old? And oh, you speak English. I wonder who the people that you hang out with are. English speakers, international environment, and not to mention again, by that standard, I've spent most of my time in Japan dealing with at least one, if not more, birthday celebrations per month. My students even celebrated Christmas. You want to know why? They're going to international school, their parents have money, and they're young. I don't know a single grown Japanese person that does anything for Christmas besides going on a date for Christmas Eve. Nobody that I've ever met puts up a tree, puts up decorations, sings Christmas songs, and eats a traditional Christmas dinner. And watch Santa Claus movies, etc. Does that mean that nobody here does it? Of course not. But again, exception and not the rule. So, I'm done. These people literally go back and forth with you forever. It's a waste of time, and that wasn't my point, so I'm just gonna let it go. This person thinks because they lived in Japan 10 years ago, possibly 20 years ago, and they saw people give small gifts, apparently. That means everybody does this. Yes, of course. That's totally normal in Japan because you saw that happen, and you've been here for 10 years. Me too, bitch. My husband been here for 30, born and raised. So what? It's just so irritating to me. So I'm done. I'm tired of ranting about this at 30 minutes. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you have anything you want to leave in the comments down below, please leave a comment here. I will redirect people and link to this video when I upload my video of the birthday party, because I know some smart ass is going to be in my comment section. And well, that's not true. Your husband's the exception, not the rule. People do celebrate birthdays here. I promise you, they do not. Ask a group of Japanese people, real native, born and raised people that aren't trying to, say whatever they think is going to make you feel good about yourself, that tell you the truth about Japan, and they will tell you that. Likewise, you can find Japanese people that will deny the fact that racism exists here. But as someone, not born and raised here, but living here, I can tell you, I've heard crazy things from Indians, from a Japanese woman that was married to an Indian man, might I also add, not being able to rent somewhere because they stereotypically believed he was going to cook curry inside the house and the smell couldn't get out of the wall. What? Imagine if a white person said they weren't going to rent to black people in America because they don't want the house to smell like fried chicken. That's essentially what they just said. Do you even know if this man eats curry? What? Do you even know, there's black people that are vegan? What if I don't eat fried chicken? Oh my god. It's so much to get into, so I'm done. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Feel free to argue. Fight with me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. I have a Snapchat and TikTok at Comic the Savior, a Facebook fan page at Comic95 the Savior, and a blog at Comic95.com. If you have any video ideas, requests, or anything else, please leave a comment or send me an email privately, and I will try my best to make a video answering your question. Again, I will link back to this video when I finally upload the video showing me actually celebrating my husband's birthday. But if you want to see the behind the scenes, please consider checking it out on Patreon. It will be up there soon, either this month or next month, but I'll try to make it posted before the birthday celebration video. I'll see how that goes. So this video will be posted in advance, at least a few weeks before you'll see the video of his actual birthday celebration, just letting you know. But I will be reminding people that this video does exist, because I know somebody's going to be like, oh, you're wrong, people do celebrate birthdays. I get it. There's exceptions to every rule. There's always somebody that does something different. There are not a lot of black vegans. A lot of us eat soul food, we eat chicken, etc. Okay, but does that mean that vegans don't exist in the black community? They do exist. Most black people are Christian and not Catholic, but Catholics do exist in the black community. There are black people that are Buddhists. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We get it. 2 claps for you. Oh, there's exceptions to everything. Quit making fallacious arguments. I'm talking about birthdays, and here you're talking about, oh yeah, most Japanese people can't speak English, they're Muslims, whatever. Do you know why I mentioned the English part? Because if you're hanging out with foreigners, people that are internationalized, etc., they're not going to quite exactly be representative of a normal Japanese person. My marriage doesn't run like a normal marriage. For example, my husband, we can fight, argue, and forgive each other. And a normal Japanese couple, we would have never even, walked down the aisle, signed the papers, got married, because my husband would have been like, this bitch crazy. She getting mad and yelling and fighting with me, etc., and we're not married yet. I dodged a bullet is how a normal Japanese person would think, but my husband didn't think this way. He admired and liked the fact that I was willing to talk, willing to fight for our relationship. And he does the same thing. He likes that about me. He thinks it's good to have a healthy conversation, have a healthy fight with each other. It's needed. When you're around each other 24/7, it's inevitable. Instead of being fake and phony, not talking about problems and brushing them under the rug. But I can also admit my husband is the exception and not the rule. My husband loves me, but I can guarantee you if he's looking at a Japanese woman and judging beauty by Japanese standards, he is going to think of a woman that is thin, that has white skin, as being beautiful and attractive. It doesn't mean he doesn't love me, but he does acknowledge the fact that I'm not Japanese, and he loves me differently than he would love a Japanese woman. Likewise, as a black woman, I love Japanese people differently as well. For example, when I look at dating people, including my husband, I don't judge him the same way I would judge a black man. For example, I don't expect him to understand everything about my culture. He has to learn. He has to be taught. My standards was considered as tall is also different. Tall is also different. My voice is cracking. For example, my husband is about 5'11", 6 feet-ish tall. He's very tall in Japan, but in America, he's just an average height man. I'm done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Those that get it, do. Those that don't, no, they won't. I don't care anymore. I'm done. I made my video. I made my little coins. Argue with your mama. Fight in the comment section. Do your own research. I didn't just make this crap up. Same thing goes for leg. Go outside in Japan wearing a booty shorts, and go outside the next day wearing regular clothes. People talk to you on both occasions, but you would get a lot more negative attention. Creepy old nasty people. People taking your picture. People just trying to F you a lot more when you are dressed immodestly here. Don't fight with me. I don't make the rules. I'm simply the messenger. Same thing goes with birthdays. I didn't decide not to celebrate birthdays here. I'm just telling you what I learned from living here myself. And I expanded outside of the Gaijin bubble. I don't just hang out with people that speak English, that, tell me what I want to hear. I know people outside of just work, etc. Not saying that you don't, but I mean, you're kind of telling me that you don't based off of what you're implying and teaching me. Like I said, I've watched people's YouTube channels that have been in Japan 10, 15, 20 plus years. And they will insist that it is okay for you to wear sexy clothes because only showing your breasts is bad, but you can show as much leg as you want. That is a huge effing lie. I don't know where that crap came from. These same people also teach you that dating is really difficult and hard for black people. It's like, no, but being fat and, sorry, keeping it real, ugly, and having a bad attitude definitely does make dating hard for you. I'm not going to say it's not more difficult than it's for white people. I can admit, yeah, it is harder to date, but not to the point where you can't date at all. I've dated more Japanese people than I have black people or white people in America. So you get what I'm trying to say? There's people that have been here for a long time, but they don't know shit. So, I'm done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that is all for now. So yeah, please check out my YouTube channel's homepage. I have playlists on just about every topic you could think of: living, dating, studying, working in Japan. I've done it all. If you have more requests and more ideas, please leave a comment down below or send me an email, and I will try my best to answer it in the future. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and finally, I am done. Bye.